Hello, good
Yes, sir.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
So my name is Ankur Agarwal and I am associated with EduShastra since almost last 10 years and educating the say various students for national as well as the international competitive exams. So yes, Jitendra, please.
Hi Sanjay, I am Jitender and I am a teacher and have been associated with EduShastra from last 10 years. And Sachin sir.
Hi, Hi, Sanjay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sanjay, my name is Sachin and I am associated with EduShastra for 2 years. I'm an educator here. I prepare students for national and international competitions. Thank you. Over to you, Ankur sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So yes, Sanjay, again, welcome.
Thank you.
So Sanjay, you are an economics graduate, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you just elaborate us that what is the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics?
Macroeconomics focus on the bigger picture, sir. I would say, in layman terms, it works on how countries interact with each other, and microeconomics would be on individual level. It would see about the individual demand and supply and consumer behavior of individuals.
Okay, so just elaborate this with say some very simple examples. Like this is a technical definition, right? You're talking about the technical aspect of the macroeconomics. So just consider us as a layman, nothing aware about the economics. So just explain these two with some example.
Yeah, microeconomics would be take the law of demand and supply, for example, the basic law of demand and supply. Microeconomics would be looking at an individual level, whether I will purchase a good or not, and how it will determine my demand and supply. Like, if the price increases, will I buy or not, and what are the exceptions to it? And macroeconomics would deal with aggregate demand and aggregate supply. That is the entire nation's demand and supply, and what are the factors which will affect the demand and supply of the entire nation.
Okay. So Sanjay, this is a Fab month, and in the every year in this month we have a safe budget for the nation, right? Yes. So on a first Fab this year, Madam Sitaraman presented the budget in the Parliament. So what is your opinion? Can you elaborate on just 5 key features of this budget?
Yes. So the first main talking point was the capex budget. The capex budget was increased about 34% from last year. Like 5.34 lakh was the last year's capex allocation. Today it was for this year it was around 7.5 lakhs crores, 7.5 lakh crores. So that was one major talking point. And the next one was the state's allocation of the emergency fund, 1 lakh crore of loan, no interest loans to the states. That was also another major talking point of the budget. Then comes the Gati Shakti plans, which were talked about for a lot of infrastructure projects, roads, railways, and other infrastructure development projects. And then there was no change in the direct tax for individuals. That was another talking point. A lot of criticism was there about that. And then the entire budget as a whole, there was some criticism about the MGNREGA spending being reduced. That was another major talking point on the criticism side. A lot of people felt that the capex budget might not be extremely useful by taking away the basic spending of the individual. Like MGNREGA was a plan which was to provide funding to the directly to the individuals, direct employment opportunities. So you take that away and you increase capex spending on infrastructure projects. Some people were against that. Some of the analysts were against that. So I think these were 5 major talking points about me, according to me.
Okay. So Sanjay, I suppose that you're working as a supervisor in finance and account with the last and entry, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Sanjay, can you elaborate us that there is a one word with the organization that is a goodwill?
Yes, sir.
Right. So how the goodwill is incorporated in a profit and loss account?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't get into the part of accounting as such.
Okay.
I am involved in more of forex and commodity related risk management role. My role is a risk management role. We look into
Okay.
the forex and commodity risks of the projects which we are involved in. We handle almost projects worth 10,000 crores of the railway business group of lasting to grow. So I'm not involved in the profit and loss or balance sheet aspect of it
Okay.
as such.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So, Sanjay, you are aware of English, Tamil, Hindi, and French.
French, to an extent, sir, it is a bit rusty. I learned it back at school. If I do brush up, maybe then yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't mention it in a college interview, no.
Okay. Okay, done. But just for some basic understanding, can you give us a difference between la and le in the
La
French?
is for the feminine and lay is for the male gender.
Okay, so table and chair
Yes.
are the feminine and or the masculine?
The words which end in E are mostly used against LE.
Mm-hmm.
That is the male.
So ending in the English language or ending in the
In
French
French,
language?
in French.
So yes, so I'm talking about table and chair. So what do you
Tableau,
say? The table
the
and chair are
tableau.
the masculine or the
Le tableau. It'll be LE. E for the feminine extension. I'm sorry. LA comes when the words are ending in E, and LE for
okay.
the other words. Le tableau.
Okay. And
And
in
chair,
English we have
I'm not aware
in
of the word.
English we have a third gender also. How many genders are there in English language?
First person, second person, male and female. I'm not aware of the third gender.
Okay. Okay. Done. Right. So you have some interest in the sports, right?
Definitely, sir. Yes.
Okay. So any specific sport?
Basketball.
Okay.
I've been a basketball player right from school.
Okay. So what is the height of the basket from the earth?
11
from
feet.
the ground?
11 feet.
Exact 11 feet?
Yes, I suppose that is the standard. Yes, I guess. I'm not aware of the technicals, but 11 feet was my first guess.
Okay, done. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, sir. Yes, Jitender.
Yeah, hi Sanjay.
Hi, sir.
So economics has been your favorite subject, like it was your subject in graduation, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Favorite subject would be a debatable option, but yes.
Okay.
It was the subject of choice.
So, do you know about liberalization in 90s?
1992, the Liberalization Act.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, can you elaborate on that? Because that was an historic moment.
Yes, yes, sir.
Can you elaborate on that?
To an extent, yes, sir. Before 1992, a lot of sectors were closed for private players and for foreign investments. So that was a major hindrance in our economic development. We required capital investments from foreign individuals as well as private parties, private individuals, which would, I would say, increase the efficiency of the government-run agencies as well as bring in more capital. So what the 1992 Act did was it brought in very good amounts of capital and it brought in private competition, which was a major driving force for the growth of the companies. Say, for example, the industries where private companies were given entry, like BSNL, telecommunication industries, aviation industries. It brought in good competition and growth in these industries. Like people were using the benefits, like cheap rates. India is now one of the cheapest telecom services providing countries in the world, and civil aviation is also pretty good in India. So I guess the competition part and the capital part was a major boost of the 1992 liberalized LPG Act.
Is communism idea feasible or it's a thing of past?
Communism, I would say, to an extent, it might be useful. It might be good for the economy. Like we are a mixed economy. We have the benefits of both capitalism and socialism. Communism is a little bit extreme thought of socialism, I would say. So a mixed economy, I think, is the best approach. Socialism and capitalism.
Fine.
Benefits of both.
Fine. So who is your role model?
In sports, I would say it is Cristiano Ronaldo or LeBron James.
And in business?
In business, I would say it's my father.
Okay. Can you elaborate why?
Yeah, my father runs a hotel restaurant, a small scale restaurant. So the one thing which I admire most about him is the ethics. When he feels, even when we are at a higher cost, incurring a higher cost at the expense of us, we are providing a better service to the customer. He wouldn't think of it. He wouldn't go for the other option as well. Like best service providing is the number one priority. Like even if we incur a higher cost, it might not be the best possible solution in the business aspect, but as a character, I would admire that any day. That is what I feel like. Character and ethics are a major part of business. It will bring about goodwill with the customers. Like even if you spend a few extra bucks, it should be justifiable. I think ethics and good service is a very good justifiable aspect.
Any plans to further expand your business, father's business?
I not right now, sir. There are a lot of family tussles going on that I wouldn't want to enter that right now. At least for the next 5 to 10 years, according to my plan right now.
Okay, fine. So Sanjay, over to Sachin sir.
Hi Sanjay, good evening
Hi,
once
sir.
again.
Good evening.
So how is everyone in the family? All good?
All good, sir.
Perfect.
I just had my nephew recently. My sister gave birth to her son. So all good.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay. Sanjay, we heard a lot about economics. We heard a lot about, your core vertical, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, from your academics.
Yes, sir.
I just want to ask you about, some personal competencies. Like if you need to improve your personal competency in people management, so which is the area you think that it should be developed more rather than in other areas?
I would say my communication skills. Like I am kind of an introvert person. I don't interact with new people so quickly. I take a considerable amount of time to interact with new people. To build that rapport, it takes a little bit more time for me. I am not that easily going with new people. I won't let out my personality in the beginning. I am a little bit protective on that end.
And what stops you to be an extrovert? I mean, what kind of hesitation you have when you talk to strangers or you talk to new people?
I would say it is just the feeling of what feeling of security, maybe like someone might cheat you, like someone might judge you in the beginning itself, like if you let out your entire personality.
Is it about cheating or trusting?
Both comes hand in hand, right? Cheating and trusting. Like if you trust a person, you trust them not to cheat on you.
No, but if you talk to somebody and he or she trusts upon you, doesn't
The trust
doesn't
upon
mean that
me trusting upon them. It was more me trusting upon them.
yeah, your trust. I mean, from their side also. So not necessary that the person, the other
That
person,
is the extreme. That is the extreme case.
and extreme case, and the area that you have decided for yourself, that is in people management. Absolutely, you need to lead the team. If you pursue, MBA from these great colleges in India, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So the roles that are, I think defined for you are people management, leading people,
Definitely, yes.
right? And there, your this introvert, area, I think
I'll definitely have to work on that.
would create a lot of problems.
Definitely, yes.
Are you?
That,
sorry? Please continue. I'll ask you after that.
That is what I want to improve myself through through the B school education. Like B school education would put me in a pool of candidates coming from diverse backgrounds. The better interactions with them, the team assignments which will be there with them, I think it will make me better. It will put me in a better place.
Do you always have plans handy? Suppose plan A doesn't work, so any other plan that you have handy?
Usually yes.
So
Usually yes.
Are you doing anything to overcome the situation?
To
overcome the situation that you want to be an extrovert?
Yeah, I've been doing it at my work. I've tried to interact with colleagues from over the board. Like apart from my team, I've been interacting with the other functional teams, like getting to know about their work, getting to talk to them, build a rapport, and then everything else, a little bit of everything. I go to a lot of treks. I do a lot of traveling, so I go to treks. I try to talk with other people. I go solo. I don't bring anyone with me. So I try to make a lot of new friends, and it's been going pretty good. I've made a lot of new friends.
So now you don't have the fear of being
A
cheated.
little bit, yes, but
yes.
it is improving. Yes, I've
Okay.
been trusting people.
Now let's see, the side of this coin.
Yes.
Tell us just one best quality of yours, which which may be considered by these colleges to take you, in the campus.
I would say responsibility. I am extremely responsible about my work. If you give me a work, I'll make sure that it is done properly. And whatever downsides are there, I'll be the one who will be taking the blame for it, if there are any.
Do you believe in completing the work before the deadline, or you believe in
Before the
completing
deadline.
before the deadline? So
I try to plan out my work as best possible. I don't keep surprises.
Primary area of completing the work is to complete the work before the deadline, right?
Yes. At least on the deadline, not any no surprises.
And what about completing the work with the qualitative task? I mean, with 100% quality.
Definitely, that is priority. I would if I'm given ample time, I'll do my best to complete it before deadline without any compromises on the quality. That is not even a question.
You take both the areas simultaneously, or you compromise at times. You compromise with the quality, and
definitely.
you want to. If you have to choose one, Sanjay. There are two situations. One is that you have to complete the work before the deadline. Second is that you have to complete the work with no compromise in terms of quality. If there is a situation when one might lose,
yes,
you might lose one of them.
Definitely, yes.
So which one?
I'd go for the quality. If I am to lose one, I would be honest in accepting that if I'm not able to complete a certain work before the deadline, I'll be honest and I'll say that this won't be possible. This won't bring out the best output within the deadline. Yes.
Perfect.
I've
been
doing that during work as well.
Great, Suraj. Sanjay, sorry. Sanjay, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Since you're working in an industry, right, for more than a year, right?
Yes, sir.
If we talk about industries and categories of these industries, and being an economics student, right? What is the difference between the culture of MSMEs? There are three MSMEs. There are three varieties of
three varieties of MSMEs.
Categories of industries.
MSMEs large scale and small scale.
MSMEs micro,
large scale, and then small scale,
and
medium scale.
Medium, yeah. So how we differentiate these industries in these three terms?
It is based on the revenue generated by the firm. I don't remember the exact numbers. Okay. That classifies them into the respective categories. I don't know the exact numbers.
And no problem, sir. Sanjay, you attended a workshop, right? And that was on international management, right? It was conducted by some, you say. No, you don't remember anything about this workshop?
Not a lot, sir. I wouldn't mention it in a college interview. I haven't mentioned it anywhere. It was more of a combined
group. It is there in your resume.
No, but I haven't submitted my resume for any of the college interviews. They hadn't asked for it. This is an old resume. I had mentioned that to Arjun sir as well.
Okay. So I may ask you another question, because if it is not there, so
no, it is not there.
So what about this organizing committee for equilibrium?
Yes, sir. That was a part. Yes.
You organize this committee?
It is not a committee. It is an event actually. We have a department festival called Equilibrium. I had contested in the college elections for the post of Associate Secretary of Economics Department.
Okay.
So I lost there, but I was given a chance to participate in these events, considering the fact I had a lot of connection with the students, the juniors as well. So I did handle a few events, 1 or 2 events, and we went on funding as well, put together funding as well.
Okay, so since you try to go for a position in terms of getting a little politics in the campus, I mean getting leadership position in the campus.
Definitely.
What do you think? What is required to be a leader? Absolutely required to be a leader. A great leader, rather.
Qualities.
Yeah. What? I'm asking about the best one. Which one?
Quality.
Yeah. By which you can call yourself as a great leader.
I would say people management as well. Man management. To maintaining a connect with like so many individuals. Like I'll have to remember what the names are first. For example, I'll be meeting like even at least 10-15 people a day, new people a day. So I'll have to remember their names first, and then what are their concerns, genuine concerns, and then managing them, keeping in touch with them. So for elections point of view, I would say definitely people management.
Okay, and do you see any challenge in managing people, maybe in terms of sympathy side, maybe in terms of emotional quotient side?
Everything is hard on that part. I would say that remembering will be the first part, where as an individual you have to remember so many people's concerns. That itself is a task, that presents a task at the first beginning. And then it would be like there will be contradicting opinions. Like one would be preferring something and the other would be preferring the opposite. You will have to achieve an equilibrium of those two. You will have to build some common ground between those two. I think that would be a difficult task, like bridging two people who have the opposing ideas.
That is the situation when you are leading a team and the team is of 25 members, right?
Yes, sir.
A very good team. And out of this 25 list, I mean team members, there are 4 or 5 members. They have created their own group and they are not convinced with their idea. Maybe in terms of planning or execution, right? So how will you handle this group?
I'll first listen to their concern. Like if it is, I feel like I will first give a listen to their concern. If I feel it is plausible, I'll discuss it with the other group as well, the other members of my team. If everyone finds it plausible, we'll definitely work on that. Like if they have a genuine suggestion, if it is something to work upon, if we are missing some point or we are falling short somewhere, if their suggestion covers that, then we'll definitely look. I'll definitely look into it.
There are other 20 members and they appreciate your idea, but these 5 do not appreciate. In fact, do not buy your idea.
Definitely.
The suggestion.
Doesn't matter. Yes.
So Sanjay, the suggestion which they are providing to you is not good for the remaining 20 members. In that situation, what will you do?
In that situation, I'll definitely, the first thing is constant. I'll definitely listen to their suggestion first. I wouldn't give them the opportunity. Like I wouldn't neglect them the opportunity of putting forward the suggestions first. If I find it plausible, like if there is something genuinely which we are missing, even if the 20 members are not convinced by it, I'll try to convince them to my best. If we are missing genuinely something.
That's great. That's great, Sanjay. So we'd like to over it to Ankur sir. Over to you, Ankur sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin sir. Thank you. So Sanjay, just relax now. Okay, so how's the whole process, Sanjay?
It was an introspection process. I learned a lot about myself as well.
Right. So Sanjay, I suppose as you discussed with the Sachin sir that the resume you have shared with us is a little old.
Yes, sir. No other colleges had asked for the resume. That is the reason.
Yes. So, but see some suggestion like your name is mentioned with a student. So just remove this from here, right? And just reorder your education. This graduation is the first, and then going backward.
Okay.
Right. So because see, you're going in the world with your present education, that is your graduation. So this should come first. Right. And say whatever like the French language or say international workshop, all these things which you think that you would not like to mention in the resume. So just remove and edit your resume like this. Right.
Yes.
So yes, everything was good and fundamentals are also in place. Right. But whenever you give us some definition, always include an example. Right. As I ask you, okay, elaborate say microeconomics and macroeconomics with everything. Right. Now, just one thing. Have you seen this Kaun Banega Crorepati in the past?
A few excerpts, yes, through social media, the videos that come and not the episodes. I don't watch TV a lot.
Okay. So not the episode. Okay, but my concern is, have you seen the reaction over the face of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan?
I recently started watching Hindi shows. I didn't understand Hindi 2 years back. So
okay.
I haven't had the opportunity to watch Kaun Banega Crorepati, but the Tamil version of it, a few episodes, yes.
Okay, okay. So, but basically, what I want to mention here that as the Jitender was asking, okay, like, do you want to start your some or expand your family business? You want to start your entrepreneurship, some projects, right? And when the Sachin sir was asking like about your leadership quality, the people management, and the conflict in your organization. So, before completion of their question, right, there was such a expressions on your face that we could understand and we could interpret your answer, right? So this should not be there, right? Until and unless the interview panel, interview member is, or say the whole panel is completing the question, right? There should not be such a body language or the facial expression that they could imagine your perspective, the future answer. Otherwise, what will happen in between, they just modulate the question and ask something else, and they just take you on a ride. Right. So because see, you should be as a person who should close the interview, right? Who should close the interview, not a person like who should give a chance to the interview panel to just take you away.
Yes.
Right. So just the feeling, emotions control should be there, and being a management, right? Being a manager, say suppose I don't know your interest area, but suppose if you are in a say HR profile, right, and in your company also, you must have seen your HR manager, your HR executives every day, right, from morning till evening. They will be like giving us say appointment letters to a different individuals along with the pink slips also. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes.
And every time the facial expressions are different. When they are giving us a appointment letter, the body language, the facial expression are different.
They don't let out anything. I understand.
Yeah. And till the time you're getting a pink slip in your hand, nobody knows, okay, yes, this is my last day of vacation.
Correct. Understood.
So being a manager, so these are the some quality as you are saying that you would like to have a say people management. Right, so people management is something like there should be say something which is in your kitty, right? And everything is fine and everything is going well, right? So best of luck, Sanjay. Wishing you a very best of luck.
Best of luck, Sanjay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Wish you all the best,
Thank you,
Sanjay.
sir. Thank you,
Wish you
sir.
all the best. Yeah. Thank you.
Your interview was more of introspection. I actually learned a lot about myself, actually. Thanks to you for that.
Right.
God bless you.
Okay,
God bless you. Wish you all the best. Thank
okay.
you.
Take care. Take care.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.